Now, what are the causes behind the downfall of Napoleon Bonaparte? So, making notes in the blogger also. Internet stopped working or something. So, a mixture of internal and external circumstances led Napoleon Bonaparte downfall. The following are some major factors. First, Napoleon conquest have inspired number of alliances among European nations aiming to thwart French expansionism. Coalition wars and military defeat was a factor. The expensive, protracted Napoleon wars put a considerable strain on French people and resources. Napoleon saw a string of military setbacks despite early victories, including the unsuccessful Russian invasion of 1812 and the pivotal Battle of Leipzig in 1813. Those defeats damaged his military reputations, and people started to doubt his invincibility. Then, economic barrier and blockade. The whole continental system, which forbade trade with the British Isles and allies in effort to economically isolate Britain, had a negative impact on the France and its satellite governments. The system brought about economic troubles like smuggling, shortages, inflation. The British naval blockade severely hindered French trade and further restricted access to essential supplies. Nationalism, Renaissance movement. During the Napoleon period, nationalism increased and resistance movement began to form in occupied areas. So the imposition of the French rule and conscription of soldiers from conquest territories, nationalist sentiments. So the resistance actions such as Tehran rebellion and Spanish guerrilla war increased the strain on the French military and weakened Napoleon's authority. Over tensions and administrative difficulty, Napoleon faced a difficult administrative and governing task because of his huge empire, which included many different locations. French resources were stressed due to the sheer size and empire, making it harder to retain authority. Due to this demand of administration and necessary ongoing military operations, logistic challenges and administrative inefficiency resulted. Strategic mistake and betrayed allies. Napoleon's strategic choices also contributed to his enemies. For instance, a strategic error caused the disastrous retreat and invasion of Russia to weaken the French army. Furthermore, several of Napoleon's Swat allies, including Austria and Prussia, changed side and joined the anti-French coalition. His tide started to fall apart. Decline of popular support. Napoleon's popularity started to wane as expense of war, conscription, and economic problem increased. The constant fight and the sacrifice it required bore on the French people. Conscription was imposed, and the French army suffered a lot of fatalities, which fueled resentment and reduced support to Napoleon's government. The restoration of monarchy and coalition government. Napoleon's fortune changed dramatically after his armies were routed in Battle of Leipzig in 1813, when European nations banded together to oppose him. Coalition armies captured Paris in 1814 after being forced to resign. Napoleon was banished to the island of Elba. After 1500 days, he briefly regained control over going down in defeat in the Battle of Waterloo, which brought his downfall and exile to the isolated island of St. Helena. Weakness of Napoleon system. Problems are far too much reliance on one person and the military nature of the system. Warfare can to go forever. From 1819, his enemies used his method in battle, etc. We will talk about significance of Napoleon War later. What were the causes behind the downfall of Napoleon Bonaparte? So we are taking the AI perspective too. AI doesn't have a perspective, it is a perspective of the people. Okay. Number of factors let me go down for military overextension. Army were simply too spread out, and he was able to unequally defend economic problems, political oppositions. People were very authoritarian ruler. He faced increasing criticism from the French politician opposition. Okay, coalition of enemies. On personality traits, ruler was very ambiguous and reckless decisions and difficult to complex. This was